now, ma'am? I did change. Okay. Or can you hear me and see me, Jamie? I'll be on alert. Jamie's on YouTube. That's weird. I couldn't see it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I don't think it's still not working because it's not letting me change it. And I knew something was wrong. Oh my goodness. Privacy.
Next week on Carolyn's Corner.
Yes, Carolyn's Corner. Jamie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, Jamie said yes, she can hear us on YouTube. Let me go to our YouTube channel. Thank you, Jamie. I don't know what's going on with Facebook because it's not letting me set it to public. I don't even see us on YouTube, Jamie. Stand by just a moment, okay? I know we are live on YouTube. I hate to do it to people. I could just get everybody to go to YouTube, but everybody's used to coming to Facebook more than you know. Okay, Jamie, let me look. That's weird. It's still not showing up on mine. We can hear you, answer you. Okay, so you can hear me. Can someone go check the Facebook and see if it's working? Because I am not able to get through. There's nothing, it's showing up on mine, but I can't make it public. Hold on, let me just turn this up a little bit. Sorry, Casey. I mean, it happens sometimes.
Yep, no worries. I got all night for you. I set it the rest of the night aside just for Carolyn.
Oh, thank you. Well, let me turn this up a little bit. Okay. We can hear you, answer you. Okay, it looks like I'm live. So you can hear me. Okay, can someone go to our Facebook, please? Go check the Facebook and see. Let me see if Sandra will. Because we have to make sure we're live before we continue. Sandra, can you please check Facebook? I was just told we are live on YouTube, but not on Facebook. Sorry, y'all. We're having issues, Wallace. I'm trying to see if we're live on Facebook. I know we are on YouTube. Okay, so Wallace is looking for us too, and I'm like, we're supposed to be there. Okay. I sent Sandra a message, so I need somebody to go check. Yeah, somebody go check and see if you can see us on our Facebook. I know, Jamie, you always use YouTube, which is great. I'm glad you checked that for me. Thank you, sweetie. Hope you're doing okay, by the way, Jamie. So, I mean, we can keep, I just don't want to miss an opportunity for you to interact with people. Give me a second. She's answering me right now. I mean, we could always keep going and then I could just replay it.
Yeah.
But I hate to do that because it's such a cool thing to be able to interact with the. She said y'all are live on Facebook. Okay, so I don't see it, but that's weird. All right, so we're going to keep going. I'm still going to try one more time. Well, and also it's good to know that it said live. I don't know. They've made so many changes. I can't keep up with them. Okay, so there I am, but it still won't let me change the privacy. That's okay. Maybe I changed it on my own. He's on YouTube. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate if someone could go to our Facebook and try to message me. I cannot change it to public. So if you need a comment, you may have to come to our YouTube channel. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with the system tonight, but maybe it's just tired. Who knows? I don't know. So anyway, yeah, it's because Casey's here. He said he brings the technical difficulties. So Casey, I'm going to have you start over, basically, if you don't mind. Tell everybody, and I'm hoping and praying that they hear us. I see us live on Facebook. You can't see it, but we are live on Facebook. It won't let me change that. So I may not be able to see the comments. But Casey, go ahead and let's start over. Tell everyone about yourself, a little bit about yourself, honey. I just want to make sure that they're here to see it. And we'll go back and edit that first part out. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner, by the way. Please like, comment, and share. Okay, go, Casey.
Sure. Well, a little bit about myself. I've been playing music now for live music for about 10 years, and I've been singing all my life. I started when I was young, and grew up listening to everything from Buck Owens to George Jones to Queen to Michael Jackson, everything in between. I love pretty much all music. There's not very much music I don't like. Um, People will get in my pickup and there'll be a country song followed by a rap song, and they're like, "What is going on with your playlist?" And I'm like, I like everything. And then there's a classical music comes on, and they're like, "What the classical music?" But
I
there's
bet. I bet that throws them for a loop. Yeah.
it does. Everyone's like, "Don't you write like old timey kind of country music?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for the most part, but I like everything." So a lot of inspiration in everything else, honestly.
Well,
But then,
absolutely. And there's so many different genres. You can find inspiration from all the genres, really. I agree
yeah,
with you. I'm the same way. Now I have a preference. For me, it's country, but I love all music. I've had artists from all over, different genres from everywhere, and I love it all. I really, really do. So you play guitar and you sing. How long have you been playing guitar? Did you already say that?
uh,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, I started when I was about 21. Is when I bought a guitar at a pawn shop. I was by myself for my 21st birthday in Arizona, and I decided to go to the pawn shop and get a guitar and learn how to play. And a little bit of a funny story behind that is my brother and some of his friends were all playing Guitar Hero on the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I did that for a whole weekend with those guys. And I'm like, this is kind of stupid. Why won't you learn how to do this for real instead of like push buttons? And so that's
Yeah.
what I did. Went and grabbed a guitar and started learning how to play. And pretty well self-taught as far as that goes, and play by ear. I can't read
Nice.
music. I get a lot of people want me to teach them how to play guitar, and I'm like, I could teach you a lot of things, but they're going to be wrong, most likely. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know music theory, a little bit of an
Yeah.
understanding of that, but I don't know a lot of that stuff that if somebody's learning one should probably know, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, a lot of the artists that we've had on the show do not read music. A lot of them play by ear. So, I mean, I just think to me it's just a sign that that's a God given talent. I think if you can play it by ear and make it sound the way you do, then that's something you were born to do. I really do believe that. And so you write. Would you classify yourself as um, like old country or current country? What would be your genre that you would classify yourself?
I would say most of it's more traditional country music, but there is some lines in there that I like to have some kind of red dirt type of country music. That
Right.
underground outlaw, whatever they want to call. There's country music itself has broadened into where it can have a ton of micro genres. I think,
It
but
has.
I would say that it would probably be classified as either traditional or maybe red dirt, and some red dirt influences with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And your sound is really cool. I like it. And it is a nice combination of those. I love it. I think it's beautiful. And I think you're so talented. After you played Guitar Hero that one time and you went and got your guitar and you started learning, I mean, the first time you heard yourself, a recording of you singing one of the songs that you wrote with you playing guitar, I bet that was a thrilling moment for you, huh?
It was our first album that we did. I had written, I can't remember what's on there, 8 or 12 songs. I don't remember what's on that album off the top of my head, but I'd written all those songs and I had them kind of within a span of about 2 years. And we went and hired a guy to record us, and he didn't have a studio fully set up. I have my shop in town, so he's like, "Why don't we just do a live recording there? We'll come back, we'll dub everything, and anything we need to." So we went and
Nice.
recorded everything, and he was in the middle of a divorce, and he goes, "This is pretty much what you got." He goes, "I can't redo anything." So there's a lot of stuff I don't like about that first album. It's hearing myself, and I was in a shop in the middle of wintertime in South Dakota, so when the
Oh my
heat goes down,
gosh.
yeah, when the heat would go down, my voice cracks, and you can hear it in that album. Like I get some kind of cracky voice. I throw wood on the stove. We do another song because I have a wood burning stove in my shop. So
Wow.
I would throw wood on the stove, and my voice would warm back up, with the temperature. So I mean, some songs are a little bit better vocally, I think, than others on that first album, but We learned a lot. I learned that I paid that guy too much for what I got. But
Yeah.
I learned what I really wanted out of the music that we were making too, you know, so it was a good experience.
That is so cool. Well, that's one of my biggest questions every time I have a guest, because I'm also a lyricist. And for years, I don't play music, even though I bought a brand new guitar with the intention of learning. And I can play basic chords, but it never sounds the way I want it to. So, to me, it's always like, gosh, to be able to do that, I know it is very hard to be able to afford the studio and afford this and afford. To me, it's more about trying to come up with the money to do it all, because it's not cheap, but it's something you have to do if you want a quality recording. So I'm super excited to hear these songs. So which album are these? We got 4 songs we're going to play tonight. How many albums, first of all, have you done? Let's ask you that.
We have 2 full albums that we've done.
Nice.
I think the ones that you're going to play tonight off our second album, we recorded that in-house ourselves,
Very
and
nice.
I think we got a better quality sound overall doing it ourselves. But the bad thing about it is it took forever, because when you start
Yeah.
nitpicking yourself, it's like you can always find something else that you're like, I could do this better, we could do that better, and it's taken forever to record our last full album and the singles that we did. I think we spent
Yeah.
a year on 2 singles.
Oh yeah, well I believe that, because I believe that we're all our own worst critics. We really are, and you could never. It's never going to be good enough. If to me, you finally just have to say, okay, from what I've heard and from what I've seen for myself, because I haven't recorded that many, but it's like you're never going to get it the way you 100% like it. But if you can finally get it to a point, so is that your studio where you are right now, Casey?
No, this is my studio. This is just my music room. I do most of my lives
Nice.
in here. I come in here to do my songwriting and playing, just fiddling around on the guitar when I'm trying to work something up. It's just my in-house music room that is pretty much dedicated to only music. So,
That's nice. And I love the little 45s you got back there. And that's something you don't see anymore. I wonder if they're going to bring those back like they did the LPs. They
you
might.
know, I was gonna say they could. I know vinyl surpassed CDs like about 2 or 3 years ago in sales.
Isn't
So,
that crazy?
yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. Who would have ever thought that? Because they were completely gone and now they're all back. And you said you started when you were, what did you say, 21? No, 21. And I'm like, you don't look much older than 21 now. Honestly, you don't. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, you look very young. And that's not a bad thing. That's not an insult either. I think that's great. So we
No.
have quite a few of your songs tonight. And first of all, Jamie, can you still hear us, honey? I just want to make sure. I know you, Facebook, we have quite a few people watching. Do me a favor, y'all, comment anyway, because we'll go back and I can, I don't know what's going on. It won't let me change it. Comment anyway if you're on Facebook, if it will let you, okay? Because I'm sure Casey would like to read the comments later, and I'll make sure and share that with you. So we are actually on we're supposed to be on 3 different Facebooks. Let me see what's going on. I've never had this particular issue. We have it seems like every time there's something. Yeah, we're actually live on four different Facebooks right now. Let me just try this one more time, because I'm going to be so obsessed with this. No, it's really weird. I use my voice I didn't mean to use. So let's get started. Let everyone hear how you sound, because I think you're so good. Okay, Jamie said yes. Thank you, beautiful Jamie. I appreciate that so much. I hope you're doing okay, honey. The first song that we are going to let everyone hear, and I love the title to this. I did not listen to this one though, Casey. This one is Country Radio, You Broke My Heart. And that's pretty self-explanatory, but do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Anything you'd
Yeah.
like to share about the making of this song, whatever?
It's actually maybe kind of not what you would think, but mixed in with what you would think. I wrote it after the CMA Awards here, probably 4 or 5 years ago, I bet. It was the first year they were doing a tribute to like Alan Jackson and a couple other people, and
Okay.
they had Beyonce play. This was before Beyonce was considered country music, and Alan Jackson got up and left in during that CMA Awards. And so that's what the song was about when I wrote it, was how
Okay.
country music has broke my heart, because it's not country music anymore.
You're
And
right.
that's what when I wrote it, that's what country music you broke my heart means, is
Okay, not at all what I expected. Wow, yeah, Beyonce country. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty far stretch. I was shocked when I heard that. I really, really was. Well, let me go ahead and play this. I'm so excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, please make sure you like, comment, and share. And I do apologize. The comments are not showing up on our side. You know what? Maybe I can go to, I just thought of this, Casey. I don't know if I can. Oh, yeah, I've got 49 comments. Let me see here. I'll just have to scroll through them. That's a good idea. We'll do that. So let me see if I find them. There we go. Okay. I can see them on my phone. So, hey, we're at least we're in business, and I'll try to. Sarah said she can hear us. Sandra said sounding great. I don't know why I didn't think of this. That's what happens when you get old, Casey. We're going to go to that song in a minute. Let's check and see what we got. Wallace, who has the internet radio station, he's got 2 of them now. I will be playing your show back on their station on Tuesday. No, wait. Monday, next Monday. It takes a week. Let me see. Hold on. Where did it go? Okay, hold on. Sarah says, hey, let me make sure I'm not missing any. So people are commenting, Casey. I knew they would be. Thank you guys and gals for tuning in. Y'all know it means the world to me. If you don't know, you do know, right? They know. I've got some great, great people that come and join us. Hold on. Let me make sure. I didn't say it was working perfect, but at least I can see it. Well, I was able to see some of them. So I'm so glad y'all are here. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Wallace. Hi, Sandra. I'm so glad y'all are here. Miss Jamie is on our YouTube. Anybody that wants to go over to our YouTube so you can comment and we can see them easier, that would be great. So let's go ahead and play this song. This one is Country Radio, You Broke My Heart. Let me get it real quick. It's right here. So, Casey, if you would, go ahead and mute yourself, and I'm going to do the same thing.
All righty.
And here we go. Let me get it.
It's crazy to me how country radio, it seems, has forgotten how it got its start. They used to play old Hank Williams right next to George Jones, even though they were years apart. Now they only play the next newest thing, and Lord, it breaks my heart. I wanna hear me a sad song about love gone wrong, with a steel guitar, make it in a smoke-filled bar. I wanna hear the blues, songs about me and you. Oh, country radio, you broke my heart. Where did it go so wrong? Why'd you quit playing sad songs? There stands the glass, well, that's a thing of the past. I wanna hear a fiddle play, don't want no pop country today. Where did it go so wrong? Country radio quit playing country songs. I wanna hear me a sad song about love gone wrong, with a steel guitar, make it in a smoke-filled bar. I wanna hear the blues, songs about me and you. Oh, country radio, you broke my heart. I'll be damned if I change from who you see up here on the stage. Time for a new chapter, friend, so let's turn the page. I turned off the radio, it all sounded quite the same. Mainstream country tells no story, I wonder who's to blame. I wanna hear me a sad song about love gone wrong, with a steel guitar, make it in a smoke-filled bar. I wanna hear the blues, songs about me and you. Oh, country radio, you broke my heart. wanna hear me a sad song, or about love gone wrong, with a steel guitar, vacant in a smoke-filled barn. I wanna hear the blues, songs about me and you. Oh, country radio, you broke my heart. Oh, country radio, you broke my heart.
Unmute myself. Can
Yeah.
everybody hear me still? Okay, good. I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, that was beautiful. Casey, I love that song. That was great. I want to
Thank
go
you.
and read some of the comments that I'm seeing on my Facebook. Sorry, y'all, I can't see them on the screen, but we're trying to get to everyone. First of all, I saw that Jeffrey Peterson is here. Hi, Jeffrey. I'm so glad to have you. He's on one of the other Facebooks. I'm trying to look at all of them. Sandra said, thank you for your support to Wallace. Wallace is here. He said, hi, Carolyn's Corner. Nice song. And Sammy Nye Davidson is here, another great supporter and friend. She said, great voice, love this song. Me too, Sammy. Isn't he amazing? Sarah is here. Deb Anderson is here. She said, love your voice and love the song. I agree, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you both for the live music. That's what Sammy said. Whoops, hold on. Didn't mean to click that. We're getting a lot of comments, and I love it. I really do love it. So let me just make sure.
Well, thank you, everybody. I can't see any comments, so I just believe Carolyn.
I know, and I'm so sad about that. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, let's see. Jamie, can you see Jamie's comment up there?
I don't see anything.
I'll read it to you. She's on our YouTube, and she said, love this. It's a tailgate bonfire bluegrass feel. Yes. And I tell you what, Jamie is like a pro. She always knows the right thing to say. She is also a singer-songwriter out of Oklahoma. I always get it backwards. I'm so bad my memory. So we've got people from all over, and I'm so glad. Jamie, thank you, sweetie. I know. I love that. Don't you? Let's come to Texas and let's just have a big bonfire. Wouldn't that be great? And have you play some songs for us. That would be beautiful. Let me see if I missed anybody. I'm sure I did. I don't mean to, y'all, because it keeps like
Always
acting
looking for some venues to come anywhere. So, I'll be down in Texas if somewhere for me to play.
I know, exactly. And I've been working on that. I'm in a very small town, pretty small, so there's not a lot of places. I've tried. We had a few artists come, but it's going to have to be local because they can't afford to pay because that's a long, long trip. But I'm so glad that you're here with us. Okay, let me see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Hang on just a minute, honey. I don't know why it's doing that. It's acting really weird. It's just me. What were you saying about the technical difficulties? That's me too, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's me.
So the main one has like 59 comments, and I was able to see a lot of them, but not all of them. Okay, Jeffrey Peterson, I'm so glad you're here. Let me click on this again. Okay, great voice. Love this song. Love your voice. Love the song. Love this old country sound. That is what Sammy said. Yes, me too. I do too. Wallace said, come to San Diego, Casey. That's where Wallace is.
If he's got a spot for me to go.
Yeah, anybody that you see on the show, Wallace, if you have a venue that you can get them a show at, I would love for them to be able to go down there. And you could interview them live on your station. That would be so cool. Check it out. That would be awesome. Let's see. It's Hot and Funky Radio, 957 Hot and Funky Radio. And now they are on, Wallace, tell me the name of it again. I have no memory. Wallace knows. They just picked up another station, and now they are worldwide. So it's a big deal. They're a fairly new station, but we're going to help them get a lot of momentum as much as we can. And I'm honored to have Carolyn's Corner on there. So Wallace, let me know the name of the other one. Of course, I don't have it right here. He said he does. He said, I do, Casey. Okay. Cool. Wallace, reach out to me and we'll exchange information for Casey. That would be so cool. So what state are you in again? You're in South Dakota?
I'm in South Dakota. I've played, but I will travel. I've been to, I've played around South Dakota, surrounding states, a little bit in Wyoming, Nebraska, and then I've traveled a couple years ago. I went and played a deal in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Knoxville, Tennessee. With
Wow.
a couple friends of mine now. They weren't at the time, but they are some great people out there in Tennessee and Myrtle Beach. I have a sponsor that's my hat sponsor is Gone Country Hats, and they put on a Vet Fest type of thing, big festival. I think Little Texas was the headliner, and then a bunch of us artists that are affiliated with them filled out the rest of the festival.
Oh man, I bet that was a blast. Little Texas. Oh my. I
Yeah.
really love Little Texas. That's really, really cool. Wow. Well, you never know. He says we're getting it up on air, the other channel, and it is called Sunny Radio. Yes, it's coming soon, very, very soon. So I'm excited. Well, Wallace, if you do honestly have a place, please let us know. We would love to send. Well, I would love for KC to go. I wish I could go too, but I don't know. I'm all the way in Texas. That's pretty hard. Okay, so let's see. The next song that we have listed here, KC, is Memories. So tell us about the song, if you would.
Yeah, first, can they see me when we go to a song? Because I'm going to have to go get my phone charger real quick while we're playing this next song.
You're just in the bottom. I can take that all the way off so they won't be able to see you.
I'm going to have to go get a phone charger. But Memories,
No problem.
That album cover that everybody just saw from that last song, it'll be the same album cover. That's my title track to this album, and that cover is my two oldest kids sitting on a dock out at my grandparents' house that I took and I digitized and colorized it
That's
to use
cool.
So I wrote that song. We have a third child now, but at the time it was just those two, and I was watching them play out in our front yard. A backstory on myself, because it's like I said, I get off on these tangents, but
It's all right.
my wife and I had flipped a bunch of houses to end up eventually out here in the country where we are now. But we were doing a house remodel, and we lived in them, remodeled them, and there was this really pretty crabapple tree in the front yard of this house, and my kids were out playing on it. Just a beautiful day, and they started picking up rocks and bringing these rocks to me. Check out this rock, Dad, and it just got me thinking how much they're just like I am, because I'm always eyes to the ground, picking up every stupid rock I find, and they're the same way. And then it got me thinking, they're like me, I'm like my dad, my mom, like we're all just like an imprint of who we've surrounded ourselves with, our parents, and it just carries on generationally. I think, at least it does in my family. So that's what the song's about, is just the connection from my kids to me to my dad, my grandpa, and I've got a little bit of everything kind of tied into that.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear this. I love songs about family, any song about family, because family is the most important. I think so too. And you're right. When you look at it, the memories of all of the things, when you look back as you get older, like I'm my age and older, you start realizing, wow, they're going to be the next generation, and they're going to be carrying on the family legacy. And in your case, they'll be picking up those rides. I can't wait to hear this. So ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I have any more comments. Sarah, hi. Sarah said, hey, I did not want to miss Miss Sarah. She's here locally in my town. I'm always so glad to have her here. Let me see. Let me make sure. Okay, let's go ahead and play this, Memories. And what I'll do is I'll take you off the screen on the bottom, so that way you can go get what you need. It's no big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here is KC Hughes with Memories.
Pick up every rock I see. Been doing that since I was 3. Now my kids do it too. They're a lot like me. I love a fishing rod in my hand. Yes, I got that from my dad. My grandpa did too. There's worse habits to have. All those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me. Even when I'm down, bring me around. The highs and lows, the like me, they're both hell-bound. The teenage years are tough, just keep your feet on the ground. I was for sure my father's son, and I knew everything he'd done. I was just like him, trying to have some fun. Man, all those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me. Even when I'm down, bring me around. All the highs and lows, the in-betweens, all those memories. Now my kids, they're all grown up. My oldest, she's so damn tough, got one of her own, and the times are rough. He says he wants to be just like his daddy and me. This world keeps on a turning, making memories. All those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me. Even when I'm down, bring me around. The highs and lows, the in-betweens, all those memories. Yeah, those highs and lows, the in-between, all those memories.
Oh my
I am back.
goodness. He made it back. Another great song, Casey. Wow, that is an excellent song. Thank you so much. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I really, really do. So I was looking through the comments over here, and I see that Joe Lopez and Brandy Lopez are on. I'm so glad to have y'all. I've never seen Joe on here. Thank you so much for being on here, Joe. Thank you for tuning in. It means the world to us. Let me just go back to here and see. I'm going to see if I see any more comments. Hold on just a moment because it's acting. And Brandy Lopez, thank you so much. Got quite a few people tuning in to watch you. Sorry about the issues over here. Let me see here. Hold on. We got hearts flying everywhere, by the way. I bet when you do your Facebook Lives, I bet you get a lot of comments and a lot of hearts, huh?
I do. I see all the comments. I don't see all the hearts for some reason. I see them on TikTok, but I can't see them on Facebook. And I don't know if that's something I have set up, but I'm not very good with technology, to be honest.
Well, obviously I'm not either. I don't know what happened. Usually it's kind of just it just goes by itself. But for some reason tonight, I don't know. Maybe it's the weather, and it seems like it's nice outside. I don't know. But speaking of weather, what's the weather like over there in South Dakota? Wait, South Dakota? North Dakota?
Yep.
I already forgot.
South Dakota.
South Dakota. What's it like?
We had 70 degrees today, so it was pretty nice weather right now.
Wow, that is nice. I mean, it was 80 here, so that's not a big difference. Well, I mean, it is, but not a crazy difference. You would think, you would think there'd be a bigger one. I'm sorry.
Where are you at again?
I'm in Texas. I'm in
Okay.
almost South Texas. I'm an hour, basically South Texas. We're in Beeville,
Okay.
Texas. So let me just look here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any. I love that song. And I was looking at that picture again on the cover, and that's really cool the way you did that. What a great idea. I love that. So you have 3 kids. You have a new baby, or how old's the baby?
Well, she is my baby, but she's 3 years old now. But
Oh,
she'll always be the baby now. I
yeah.
hope, anyways. I hope. I'm not planning to have any more kids by any means. So
Well,
if
you never say that because I've
yeah,
seen that change in a heartbeat.
that's
Wow,
what
I
happened.
really love
That's
that
what happened
song.
with this one.
I'm sorry.
I said that's what happened with the latest one. We
Oh
weren't
yeah,
gonna have any more kids. So
absolutely. Wow. So I love the way your voice sounds. You do have that old, cool country style. You got the perfect tone for country music. It just sounds beautiful. It really does.
well,
And do
thank
you ever co-write with others, or do you usually write all the lyrics yourself? Anybody in your group? Y'all have a band? You have a band yet, or is it just
you.
you?
We have a band, and I wanted to mention that because I was talking about the recordings earlier, and just in case Gene is watching, it's his studio that we record, and Gene Lumby's my
Nice.
bass player. He is a recording technician. He's the bass player in our band, and he's our
Wow.
sound guy when we play shows. I mean, he's our sound guy. So other than him, you hear the steel guitar influences on there. I love
Yeah.
steel guitar. Mark Emerson, he's my steel guitar man, and he traveled with me when we went to Tennessee and Myrtle Beach. It was him and I went together, and we play a
Nice.
lot of solo shows together. He just complements my voice and the style of music I like so much. Um,
Wow.
and then Steve Van Mullum, he plays fiddle. These earlier albums, there's a lead guitar on there that's Dean Wallace. He no longer plays with us, but and then Jim Hardwick plays drums, and we've all been together since 2018 now, so we've had a pretty good run
That's
as far as
great.
sticking together. I've never had any replacements other than Dean leaving, and I just kind of picked up a little bit more lead work on the guitar, but we're already so heavily traditionally influenced with the steel and fiddle that I don't feel the loss of guitar so much,
Yeah.
from a music
Man, that's
standpoint.
good.
And
So
then
let me just see. Hold on. I'm seeing something from Sandra. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm just going to see what she said. I missed it.
I
Hang
was
on.
gonna say you asked me another question, and I backtracked on you there, and I can't remember what the other question was.
Oh God, and I have the worst memory. Let me see what Sandra said. So Sandra is the one that recommended Casey for the show, and I'm so glad that she did. She said, "Please tell Casey I'm so proud of him and love my brother." Wait a minute, your brother? And
Yeah,
I'm still in. What is it? I'm still in the live. So she's still in the
yeah.
live. Good. I'm so glad you're here, Sandra. Thank you so very much for sending Casey our way. He's so talented. So talented. Wait a minute.
Sandra's my music promoter. She's been with me since the beginning. Since I
Yeah.
started, I don't know how we got connected, but ever since I got started, she's been there and she's been right by my side. So I mean, she is my sister from my sister in music for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's such a good person. I mean, she really is. I've never met her in person, but I've talked to her on the phone, and every time she's just kind. She's very, very kind and accommodating. She always wants to help in any way she can, and I appreciate that. Sandra, you are very loved. You really, really are. I appreciate it so very much. No, yeah, there you go. I can't. I'm not even gonna try to make a heart. Mine always comes out all wonky.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the clock. Let's go to song number 3. The next song is called Blue Moon. Tell us about this song, please, Casey.
I know what you asked me for was co-writes, and I
Oh,
just
yeah, that's
recently
right.
got into co-writes, so I haven't done any on any of these other songs, other than Gene gave me a line on one song, and that one's called "Oh Willie." He gave me a line on that. Other than that, I've written every song completely myself. I have 100 more stashed away back here, but
Wow.
um, and then to jump to Blue Moon. I've never done a cover until Blue Moon, and this is a cover of like Bill Monroe's Blue Moon,
Oh,
but
okay.
we picked it up and did it kind of our own way, a real quicker paced bluegrass style. Mark actually that plays steel guitar, he's playing banjo in this, and Steve's playing fiddle still, but he can also play the mandolin. And looking back, I wish I would have had him play the mandolin on this instead of the fiddle, but it turned out great. This is the only cover song that we've ever recorded, and I put a lot of thought into how I wanted this to come out, and it come out exactly like that. It's a cover song, the only one we've ever recorded, and I think if the right people heard it, I think they'd like it. So
Oh, I can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this loaded up. This is Blue Moon by KC Hughes. What is the name of your band? Is it just the KC Hughes band?
no, it's KC Hughes, and my band's called the Wayward Travelers. So when we book a show, we're billed as KC Hughes and the Wayward Travelers.
I love it. It sounds great. It sounds great. All right, so let me get that loaded up, and I'm going to go ahead and mute myself in just a moment. So you may want to do the same, Casey.
Yep, we'll do.
Let's see.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. It was on like night, stars shining bright. Whisper on high, love said goodbye. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. Keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. It was on a moonlight night, stars shining bright. Whisper on high, love said goodbye. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna let me bloom.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And I love that classic ending. Da, 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 da. While I was listening, I really love that. That was really good. I can't even believe that that's you singing. I mean, it sounds like so much like the original, but yet so different. I'm unable to, for some reason, it's not letting me. I was able to see the comments, and now when I click on it, it just shows one comment, but I'm seeing the hearts flying. Sorry about that, Casey. I don't know what's going on. If it's not one thing, it's another. Where did I get that from?
It's still me.
It's Casey. He did it. He said he brings how did you word it? The technical issues with you. Because I see Sarah say, hey, and that's the last one I see. And I know there's a lot of comments up there. Sammy, I know you're watching with me, but I don't know. I can't see your comments. Sorry, guys. Let me see. And I'm not seeing Jamie. If you're saying anything, I can't see your comments. Can you comment and let me know if I can see it, please, Jamie? I hate this. Deb Anderson is watching. Thank you, Deb, for being here. Beautiful. I'm sorry about the comment issue, y'all. The issue, we have 81 comments, and all I'm seeing is one. Well, darn it. I tell you what, it's always something. I really like that. You did a great job on that classic. A great job. Man, that sounds good.
Well, thank you.
Sounds really good.
I'm really lucky to be surrounded by a bunch of talented guys that are in my band. I mean, they've been playing. They're older than I am. A lot of those guys, they all are older than I am, I should say. I'm the young gun in the group, and those guys they're a wealth of knowledge and super talented group to be around. So they elevate me a ton. I think they know that. But in case they're watching, I mean, they definitely do. They elevate everything I'm doing a lot.
Yes, absolutely. It sounded great. Guys, y'all did a great job. The guys in the band, really, really great. I was blown away by that. Man, that sounded good. It really did. Good job, Casey, and good job, band. That's beautiful. I don't know why I'm not able to see these. That's weird. It seems like when you scroll, you should be able to see them, but no. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to keep going. So we do have one more song, Casey, and I'm glad we saved this one for last. This is the one I made the ad for.
Yeah.
And this one is called Holes. Now tell me about this song. Let me read what Jamie said first. Oh, awesome, Jamie. She said, I love it. You got me dancing around the living room.
Oh, great. Thanks. Huh.
Awesome. No pressure, Jamie, but you're the only comment we can see now. Thank you for commenting, sweetie. Yeah, I could just see you boogieing. Yeah, I know. I was over here in my chair going, yeah, this is great. I loved it. Okay, so tell us about the song Holes, if you would, Jamie. Casey, excuse me.
I hope they'll go find my music when we get done tonight. It is available everywhere, but
yeah, tell them where they can find it at real quick.
yeah, it's available anywhere you can stream music, on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Pandora, however you stream music, you can find it on there. And I've got a handful of new songs that we're working on recording right now, so I'm hoping in this next year. Actually, I have one coming out next. At the end of May is when I set that one to come out, May 30th.
Nice.
And I've got 2 songs in the hole that are going to be released, and then we've got about 6 or 8 more originals that we're also working on recording right now. Hopefully by the end of the year, we might be starting to release some more singles.
That is awesome. And is there a place, if someone wanted to go buy your complete album, can they do that?
I think it's available on Amazon or iTunes is the only place that they can download. You know, it would be for digital streaming. Or
okay.
Yeah, as far as I know, I do carry. If anybody ever makes it to one of my shows, I do carry some CDs. But you know, CDs are starting to become a thing of the past. They're more like a couple of these. I've got some records on the wall, and same with behind me. They're becoming more like art than they are, you know, a usable product, because most cars don't even have a CD player in them anymore. So I push most of our stuff through digital streaming anymore.
I know. Isn't that crazy how we went from 8 tracks to cassettes, and now, I mean, it's just like, how in the world could CDs be? I thought CDs were going to be it forever, and now those are almost obsolete. And it's sad, but I like the fact that you do have some that you have for sale at the shows. That's what a lot of the artists do. They'll sell them at their shows, because that's a way to make a little bit of pocket change at least. What were you going to say before I interrupted you? Sorry, Casey.
Oh, we were talking about 8 tracks and stuff, and I was going to say I've still got my record player right behind me, and I still listen to vinyl, you know, so if I could ever make enough money, I would probably put some on vinyl, but they're super expensive to make, like $2,400 for a run of 100 or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I wondered that. I figured it was very expensive. Yeah, because I've had quite a few artists that come on and show their vinyls, and I'm like, I always want to know how much. I bet you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. Lord. Well, it's expensive enough. You know, they have those little thumb drives. I know our friend Jerry Bradley, he put his song, or was it Jerry Bradley or Eric Diamond? He put his songs on a thumb drive, because but you know, you got the digital, and I was like, that's a cool idea. But even those, you got to pay for those, but it might be even cheaper. I don't know. Wow. Everything's so expensive. It's too bad. I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing, and you're getting these songs out, because they need to be out to the people. They really, really do. So tell us about the song Holes.
Okay. I've got a friend. He's been my best friend for as long as I can remember. We met back in about middle school, and since then we worked together, and then he ended up going and joining the military about the time the Afghanistan-Iraq war was going on, and he ended up stationed in Iraq, and he lives in Germany now, but while he was stationed in Iraq, he ended up with an honorable discharge because he found out he had Crohn's disease while he was over there. He ended up having a bunch of stomach pains, and they medically discharged him. And then now fast forward, God, what's that, 15 years since then, 20 years almost now. He called me here last year sometime, and he was just feeling in some kind of way, because a lot of the guys that he served with were starting to die from either overdosing or you know, taking their own lives, and I could tell it was affecting him a lot. And I took down his story, and just kind of some stuff about his youth. You know, he was a handful when he was younger. We both were. I mean, but he got in trouble for it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I took just his story down that he told me, and everything he was telling me about his losing his friends. And when I got a phone with him that night, I sat down and I wrote this song "Holes," and I sent it back to him like, "Man, I wrote this song about you." And the story you just told me said, "Can I played him a rough version on my guitar here and sent him what I had written?" And I'm like, "Can I record this? I mean, it's about you and the stuff that you're going through." And he called me back and he goes, "Yeah, record it, but," he goes, make it heavy, like heavy sounding, because it is heavy to me, you know." So when we were sitting there up at recording this with my band, I usually take everything up to him, and I have the melodies written, the lyrics are written, but what the band adds is what makes the song what it turns out to be. And we played it, and I told my drummer Jim, I was like, he wants us heavy, so I'm like, you got to do some not traditional country music drums to this. I'm like, you know, the song Phil Collins in the Air of the Night where he's got the drum roll, dun 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 dun. I was like, I want something like that in that song in a couple different breaks, and we did it again, and he hit it like just perfect in a couple spots. I'm like, that's it right there. That's what I want. You just feel the weight of the song, you know, with the way the drums came through, and
Wow.
it just means a lot to me because of it's about my friend, and it's a sad but true story that many people that have been in the military deal with all the time. So I was just proud of the way it came out, I guess, is what I could say about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've had a lot of artists that have been in the military and have written songs about it. And it's so important. I mean, we even had a guy that is a big advocate for suicide awareness for the veterans. And gosh, it's so important. It really, really, really is. Suicide and so much more. Addiction and suicide. Yeah, it's a huge problem in our country. And I'm glad to hear that you've written a song. And I know it was for your friend, but if it was for your friend for things he's going through, then it will help other vets that are going through similar. So let's go ahead and play this. Gosh, I can't wait to hear it. I've heard, like I said, I made the ad out of it. It's a great song, but I didn't hear the whole entire song. So let's get it over here. This is Holes by KC Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and mute ourselves. KC, here we go.
Okay.
Years old, looking at prison, maybe death. I got caught in the drugs, I got caught with all that meth. The military came a-calling, it was all that was left. Either join now, son, or it's time to pay your debt. So he packed his bags, and he went away to war, and he came back tired. And he came back so he's got holes in his heart and holes in his arm. Devil holds cards and he's got no disregard. We all walk the road line and sometimes choose wrong. Boy, what you doing? Why does life gotta be so hard? He had settled down, got married, had a child. Back to the streets, living free and living wild. His friends he made in the army were dying not from war. He was thinking the same way, what am I here for? He's got holes in his heart and holes in his arm. Gotta be so hard. He ran for far too long, lost his kids and a wife. I got real tired of living someone's life. Well, he's back to the needle for one more fix. Light starts to fade, his breath starts to slip. He's got holes in his heart and holes in his arm. Devil holds cards and he's got no disregard. We all walk the road line and sometimes we choose wrong. Boy, what you doing? Why does life gotta be so hard? He's got holes in his heart and holes in his arm. The devil holds the cards and he's got no disregard.
Wow, Casey, that was powerful. Very powerful. My goodness. I did find some of the comments. I always click the wrong spot. So we have Deb Anderson. She's on one of our Facebooks. I don't know which one it is, but she said, love your version of Blue Moon. Have you played in Rapid City, South Dakota? And I wanted to make sure and let you know about that comment.
I have played in Rapid. It's been quite a few years. It's probably been about 5 years since I played in Rapid, but I have played there before.
Nice. Okay. And she also said, beautiful, heart-touching song. Thank you. She said, your voice is amazing. Thank you, Deb. You're so wonderful. And let me see. I saw another. I always try my very best to get all the comments, but I don't always. I try. Love all the instruments, and I'm not sure. I didn't see that. Wallace did say, Casey, contact me. Awesome tunes. Sammy has to go to sleep. She said, good night, y'all. Love your voice and tunes. Casey, thank you. Yeah, I agree. Sammy, if you're still with us, if you hadn't already gone to bed, thank you for being here, baby. Our good friend Maria, she's also Marie. I always say Marie McConaughey. She said, hey, Carolyn, sorry, I'm not at home, but I will definitely watch the replay. So a lot of people will go back and watch the replay, and I do love that. Miss Sarah is here, of course. Let me just check here, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay, I think that is it. So what did your friend think about the song Holes? What was his reaction?
When I sent it to him, the recorded version, he said, yeah, that's it, man. He goes, the drums. And actually, speaking of that, he's the one, the album artwork cover for that. He drew that. He's an artist himself, you know, he used to do tattoos and stuff, but I sent him the song and I'm like, well, you know what it's about? I'm like, make me an album cover for it. And I'm like, however you feel like would depict that song the best. And that's what he wrote. Yeah. It was that kind of bleeding hand holding a heart with a skull on top of it. And
that was really cool. I was going to ask you about that. Wow.
We both like skulls. So, you know, but that's kind of what encompassed the song to him. And he said, yeah, that it's heavy and it hurts, but it feels, the song's great. Like he said, it hurts in the right kind of way, you know, for him. So.
It's a healing song, maybe, you know, because you get it out. Getting it out is part of, you know, a big part of it. So Jamie said, our viewer on YouTube said, being a military widow and a military mom can relate to the last song. Yeah, absolutely. I bet. I know it's a lot to deal with. I have so much respect for anyone who has served because I could never do it. I mean, it just, you know, and back in the day, they didn't have a choice. You know, the ones which is tough. We talk about that all the time because we do a karaoke show also at the VFW for the veterans. And we have a lot of fun. My whole point is to try to make everybody smile, because I know I can't even imagine. I couldn't do it. I am so appreciative of all of their service and for what they sacrificed for us, and they didn't have to. So, wow. Casey, you are just absolutely so talented, and I am honored to have had you on the show. So I want to encourage everyone, when you're going back and watching the replay, make sure you comment. And if you have a special message for Casey, I will forward it to him. I don't know what's going on with our comments tonight, but I apologize. But I want you to make sure and like, comment, and share, because sharing is so important. I mean, he's all the way in South Dakota. I'm in Texas. And we have viewers and listeners from all over. So imagine the people that we can reach if you share. Sharing is so very important, even more so than commenting and liking. And we want all of that. Whoops, my camera just went out. Can you still see me?
Yeah, you're back.
It came back on. I'm thinking it may be the weather because it's acting weird, even though the weather's good. There's no telling. Casey, I think it's your fault. No, I'm just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you take note of his name. It's KC Hughes, Hughes. You can look him up on any music streaming platform. Make sure you stream his music. Remember, if you're already a member of one of the platforms, it doesn't cost you any extra to play his songs. And we really want to help Casey because it takes a village. It takes a village for a singer-songwriter to get their songs out there. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. And Casey, I'm super proud. I'm so sorry. I keep hitting my table. I'm super proud of all that you're doing out there, sir. And I wanted to remind you before you leave this evening, if you know of anyone that you think would be a good fit for our show, please send them our way. And I want to give a big shout out to Miss Sandra for sending you our way. That means a lot to me. Miss Sandra, I think the world of you. I think you're a wonderful person. Casey, I'm going to be pulling for you. And when you have new singles, new releases, send them my way. And I'd love to share them. Who knows? Maybe we'd be able to get you back on the show at a future date. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And, you can find my name's right there on this screen. I don't know if that's the same everywhere, but
yes.
You can find me there. Give me a follow on Facebook. And then Carolyn, same. I appreciate what you're doing. If I haven't followed you already, I think I did. I will definitely do that. But those are some free things, like you said. So there's free things people can do that help a lot. And follow on Facebook or wherever you can follow me.
Yes.
Same goes for yourself. For pushing our music. It takes everybody together, and especially with streaming. I notice a lot of venues. Some ones I've looked at in Texas in the past, they won't even consider me unless I have so many monthly listeners on Spotify.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess because the distance, maybe. Who knows? That's weird.
Well, I understand. They want to. It's hard to pay the money that it takes to pay a band if they're not sure if they're not going to bring anybody. So if you have so much of a following, it makes it that much easier. So I was telling everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, it does. And, and they try to support artists. I know that, but that's one of the frustrating things that I've ran into is like, I want them to focus on more of the independent artist, but maybe that's why they have to know that they're going to recoup their money, which they're in business to make money. So I understand that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Casey, I want to encourage you to keep in touch with us and honestly, let us know how you're doing. Tune into the show whenever you can. Let me know you're here in the comments.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't have this problem before. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just glad that we were able to see you and hear you. And I was able to see the majority of the comments. If I did not read your comments on the air, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I'm not seeing them all. Jamie, I want to say thank you to you, beautiful, for always being there and helping us. You're just wonderful. And all of our wonderful listeners and viewers, thank you guys and gals so very much. Without you, there would be no Carolyn's Corner. And Casey, without you, there would be no Carolyn's Corner. It takes the guests, the artists, everyone. So I want to say thank you to everyone. And hopefully we'll be back next week. I do have a guest scheduled and I'll be advertising for that soon. At least I think I do. I have to look on my calendar. But I'll let y'all know as soon as I can. Casey, you take care of yourself. Tell those beautiful babies that Grandma Carolyn said hi.
Will do. Thank you for having me.
You take care of yourself. Yes. Hey, take care of yourself, okay? God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, sounds good.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Thank you.
Thanks for joining in.
Yes. Bye-bye.